Hey everyone, it's Age of Sigmar time today. Now, in our ongoing battles between the armies of Order and Death on the island of Mournhold, the Dawnbringers are holding back the vampires' attacks at the cities, and the Stormcast are continuing their campaign in the forests and the hills around the townships. They are hunting down a massive ancient terrorghiest and have called in the Prime Huntress to hunt down and slay this ancient undead beast. Yo. Hi Jack.
Hi mate.
How's it going?
It's alright mate, I'm back again.
Yeah, we're still at it.
The Flesh Eater Court War hasn't ended.
Yeah, I do like that how our games are just sort of, we just keep saying that they're all happening around each other, then they're all like sort of linked. But it's also it's kind of cool because we got like the Stormcast and the cities, and then we got the Soulblight and the Flesh Eater Courts, and it's given us like that impetus to paint new units up.
Absolutely, yeah, keeps us going.
Yeah. So this game today's 1,500 points. Jack's got his new unit. You've got your big scary terrorghiest.
Yeah.
So I've got my Stormcast going to try and hunt that down. Got Yndrasta. She's going to try and stab it up. But you're working on Usheran.
Yeah, I'd say it was about halfway through.
Yeah. So where we're envisioning it is you got like the wars escalating, so the bigger characters are getting involved. So you're getting Usheran worked on. You've got him with you today. I'm going to do a bit of painting, possibly after this video, and then I'm working on somebody big and scary to get involved in this whole scenario after what happens here. But I'm not going to say who it is. I'm going to put him at the end of the video of who's going to turn up after this to escalate this war even more. So yeah, I'm really liking it. Then as far as Age of Sigmar in general is concerned, this will probably be the last game with this General's Handbook, because there'll be a new one coming out.
Yeah, next week I think.
And we've got the Scourge of Garan stuff, so I'll have a little read into that sort of stuff to try and link it together with the new General's Handbook, and we'll go for that in the future games. But for now, let's show off Jack's army, his big scary bat monster, and then show off the Stormcast and we'll get into the game. Okay, here's my 1,500 points of Stormcast Eternals, who are here to hunt down and slay a terrorghiest. So that's why the Prime Huntress Yndrasta is here. As far as army rules, we've got the finest hour where each unit gets a chance once per game to get +1 to wound rolls and their armour saves. I've got an ability for 1 command point to bring back a destroyed unit at half strength. So, you know, if it was the Prosecutors, I'd get back 2. Anyone in the Liberator squads, I'd get back 3. You can put your Stormcasts up in the heavens, in Azir, and then you can bring them down in what you would call like a deep strike in Warhammer 40,000. Just ride the lightning and turn up on the battlefield 9 inches away from your opponent. As far as the battle formation, I'm going for Sentinels of the Bleak Citadels. That allows me to give Ruination Chambers Stormcast. That's the Stormcast from like the new box set. Any of the new Stormcast are Ruination Chamber. I believe Ruination Chamber are the Stormcast who have been reforged a lot more times, so they're getting a little bit they're harder to kill, but they're also like losing a lot of their humanity and stuff like that. Though any of those units, which I believe I have 4 in this army, any of them can be given in the hero phase a 5-up ward save, just to try and keep them alive. So that's the general gist of the army. I want to bring lots of heroes, because I just like Hero Hammer, I just think it's cool. So I'll go over my heroes, regiments and enhancements now. My general for this game is Yndrasta, the Prime Huntress, seeing as how Jack's got himself a big scary bat monster. She's going to hunt it down. She's got she gets to roll 3 dice when charging. She allows you to ignore negative modifiers to control scores for Stormcast within 12, and if she targets a monster with Fengavar, or however you pronounce her spear, it gets double damage. So when she throws it, it's damage 8 against monsters. So she might be shish kebabbing that terrorghiest. And I just love her model. I think she's absolutely fantastic. I did a few modifications to her. I give her a shield instead of the sword. I just like the idea of her always fighting with a spear. But yeah, and then she's got Silas Beastbane in her regiment. He is an Astral Templar Knight Questor, who I like to imagine was just in the area hunting down. He's heard about this monster and he's turned up to hunt it down himself. So he is a Knight Questor. He gets to pick a objective in your opponent outside. I think it's outside of your territory, and then he gets basically he gets buffed up while he's battling over that objective. So you pick one, I'll be on the opposite side of the board, and then he's going to leg it towards that to make him extra hard when he gets there. He's also Ruination Chamber, so he can benefit from the Bleak Citadel's ward save if I want him to. And then she's got in her regiment 2 units of 5 Liberators. Liberators get extra free control score when they're fighting over objectives in your own territory. And I've got 4 units of them, 2 in her regiment, 2 in the Lord Vigilant regiment. And then, like I say, I can bring them back once per game with the call to aid, whatever it's called. Next up, now I know that this is the Lord Arcanum model that was in the 2nd edition box set, but I'm using him as the Lord Vigilant, the new Lord from the new set, because he's also on a Griff Charger. And the Lord Arcanum, I never liked their rules anyway. I like his model, but I never liked his rules. So I'm going to use him as a Lord Vigilant instead. So he's got his powerful axe, which I don't think he can throw, but he throws it in the intro cinematic, which is a shame. But he does allow Ruination Chamber units to fight twice. They've got strikes last on the second go, but it does mean that they can strike twice, which is really cool, and he's just pretty powerful in combat as well. When you're a Ruination Chamber as well, if you're targeted by non-core abilities, you can resist them on a 4+. It doesn't cost you anything. He's got a Knight Judicator in his regiment as well. He's got the 2 Griffhound markers there. Basically, when the unit goes within 12, you can mark them, getting +1 to hit and wound with his Great Bow, which is freeze and freeze, but if he marks a unit, there's going to be 2s and 2s, and his bow is damage free, so he can be also skewering some ghouls. Plus, I just love his model with his big Spartan helmet. He's class. This is my Knight Azeros. He's got both my heroic trait and my artifact of power. So he's got the Quicksilver Drought, so he can get himself strike first for a turn. And he's got Shock and Aura as his heroic trait. Basically just means if you turn up from the Scions of the Storm, as in like turn up from riding the lightning, him and all of the Stormcast who also arrive that way within 12 inches of him are -1 to hit. He can also heal with his lantern, and he can also move prosecutors who are part of his regiment. He can move them at the end of the turn. They can either do retreat or they can do a normal move if he's within range of them. So I've got plenty of buffs, so these two are going to be battling over who can boost up the prosecutors, I think. And then the prosecutors get to roll 3 dice from the charging, and someone nicely pointed out that I didn't realise when you champions get an extra attack on their ranged attacks as well. So when the champion's throwing his trident, you get an extra dice for that, which is sick. So that's my army. Let's go into Jack's Flesh Eater Courts. Okay, here's Jack's 1,500 points of Flesh Eater Courts. So Jack, looks like you've got yourself a new big beastie for your army.
Yeah, it's a glorious hunting falcon that they're taken to their king.
Ah, right, okay, yeah.
Not a dead bat, totally not a dead bat. I'm going to use the Lords of the Manor detachment ability. It's been nerfed because of tournament play, and rightfully so, I think, because it was a bit oppressive. It
was a bit ridiculous, yeah. So, what is it now?
So, it still works the same for Serfs units, so for your little gribblies like the ghouls and the crypt guard. When you bring back a model with noble deeds points, you get an extra model back. But for the knights, so the Morbeg Knights and the Crypt Horrors in the back, you have to roll for it now.
To get the extra one?
Yeah, so on a 4-up you get the extra one now.
Right, okay. Yeah, because getting back 2 Crypt Horrors and 2 Knights was a bit crazy, like.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. And then you could bring back the whole unit as well with your Noble Deeds points, is that correct?
At half. It was at half.
All right, at half. Like the Stormcast thing when you bring them back, yeah. Right, okie dokes.
Cool. I'll take you through. So, Regiment 1.
Yeah, so Regiment 1.
We've got my General, which is the apparent Arch Regent. He's a Wizard 2, and he can bring back models. with an ability in his War Scroll, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he's got a reinforced unit of 20 crit guards this time.
Ooh.
I've tried it a few times in games, it works out really well, so I'm going to drown Yndrasta in them.
Yeah, these are always good in every game you use them in. They put a curse on enemy units as well. The cursed weapons or something like that they've got, haven't they?
Yeah. I can't remember what it does.
You always forget about it, don't you? That's why I brought it up here.
We'll bring it up in game as it comes on.
Yeah.
Behind them,
the ward save is why they're there. That's what the important thing, isn't it? They put a ward save on heroes, don't they? Because they're like a bodyguard.
Ward for heroes that are in combat range of them.
I don't even want to talk about that Vargulf.
But he's got my artifacts on it.
I'm sure he has.
He's got the heroic trait Stronger in Madness, so just an extra 2 health to bring up to 10 health. And with 6 noble deeds points, he gets a 5 ward.
Does he not have the other thing where he has more attacks as well?
No, not this time, no. Behind him, we've got the terrorghiest.
It's your latest creation.
I've put him on a big base, just to make it look a bit more dynamic. I think it looks really cool.
It's fantastic.
He's got quite a good combat profile. The interesting one he's got Fanged Maw, where if you roll a crit, it's just 6 mortal damage.
It's a hit?
Yeah.
Oof.
Which is pretty cool.
Can he scream?
He can scream, yeah. And
Can't we all?
Always screaming internally. But yeah, we'll go through that as he comes up. Hopefully he doesn't get one-shot by Yndrasta.
We'll see.
And then the last one, that regiment's the Morbeg Knights, who can retreat and charge in the same turn. They're pretty good, pretty tough.
Yeah, well, we're in every tournament list, weren't they?
Every tournament list was just them and Usherin.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But yeah, I do have an extra 3 of them at home, but I didn't get them painted up in time, so next time.
Yeah, well, basically the plan is Usheran is on his way. Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually started painting now.
Yes, you have, and he's looking great. So, for those asking about like why 1,500 points, because obviously we're working on the armies, so Usheran's getting painted up, and then we're going to be able to do 2,000 points for your army, and that's going to be sick.
With the new General's Handbook as well.
Yeah, exactly. Regiment 2.
Yeah, this one's led by a Cardinal. He's Priest 1. He's also got the artifact Charm Vestments on him, so he's got a +1 to his prize.
Alright, okay, he's got his best gown on, has he?
Yeah, he's got his best finery on.
Yeah. Just someone's skinned arse.
It's his best finery. It's a royal cape. And then behind him there's 20 ghouls.
Yeah.
They're also going to just dogpile on Yndrasta, I think.
Yeah, because they're actually a bit naff, aren't they?
Surprisingly so. We were talking about what a reinforced unit that would look like.
Yeah, 40 of them would be a pain to get rid of, especially if you could put some sort of ward save on them. Well, they've got ward off because they're undead, but
positioning them might be a bit rough.
Yeah.
There's 40 of them, but yeah, we'll see. And then behind we've got the Crypt Haunter Courtier, the big boy, and he's leading his 3 Crypt Horrors, and he can buff them. So you can essentially, when he fights, they can fight.
Right, cool.
One after the other.
Beautiful.
And that's the army.
Right, nice and quick. That's how we like it. Let's get into the game. Okay, the armies are down, and here's the mission that we're playing. We're playing Scorched Earth. Thought it made sense with the Stormcast heading up into the hills and the woods on the Scorched Earth mission to get rid of all of the Flesh Eater courts. So the way this mission works, you've got 8 objectives, 4 in each territory, and you can basically destroy them, the ones in your opponent's deployment zone. If you control it, you can destroy it if you want to. Yeah. And if you're the underdog, you can sort of reinforce one of your own to that would reduce your opponent's objective control score for trying to take it off you if you're behind. So as far as what's actually deployed, I've put a Liberator unit on each objective going along the battle line. Then we've got the Knight Questor, who's over here. He's marked that objective opposite that's got the Crypt Horrors on it as his quest marker. I will remember what that does at some point. Then we've got the Lord Vigilant, who's in between. Then we've got the big bowman, the Knight Judicator in the centre. In reserves, I've got Yndrasta, basically all the ones with wings. The Zeros, the Prosecutors, and Yndrasta are going to hopefully come down and get behind the lines, possibly of the Flesh Eater courts. And then, Jack, it looks like you've done something pretty similar. You've basically spread out across all the objectives, yes?
Yeah, spread out across the objectives. I've put the rats on the flanks.
Yeah.
Just so they can zoom around the board.
Yeah.
I've got the Cardinal hiding behind a rock, doing some prayers. The terrorghiest is there just for a bit extra boom on this side of the board.
Yeah.
And then my horns just to answer your... What's his name?
Who?
That guy.
That's Silas Beastbane.
Yeah, the Crypt Horrors are for him.
They are.
They are for him.
They are for him. Yeah, he's going to chop their heads off with his hammer axe. And then you've chosen to let me go first, so the first turn is going to the Stormcast Eternals. I think it might be a little bit of a cautious turn one here. Okay, turn one for the Stormcast. I picked take their land. Just get an objective piece in enemy territory now because of this mission's territories, the way it works, where one half of the board is... Each half of the board is territory, which means it's a little bit easier to achieve this battle tactic. So I paid 1 seat, that should be down to 3. So get to a 3 because I paid to automatically move them 6 inches. So they got 11-inch move and they ran and they've nicked this azurite ruin here. So that's been taken by them. And then because I want, I'm being a little bit cautious because I want Jack to expose himself, and I want his army to move forward as well. So, I'm just sort of hanging back. Yndrasta and the wing boys are hanging back. Going to turn up turn 2. All I'm going to do this turn is this Knight Judicar is going to shoot at those ghouls over in that pass. So, get me 3 dice. Oh, hang on, I've got 3 Stormcast dice here actually. So, 3 shots from his bow, freeze and freeze. See if we can shoot some ghouls. That's 3 hits. It's going to be freeze to wound. There they are. Just 1 at -1, I believe.
Straight through.
-2.
Straight through. So
damage 3. There you go. 3 ghouls get skewered by a massive great bow shot. That's my turn done with because I don't want to do anything else. So I'll do the scores and be over to Jack. Okay, nice and simple. End of turn 1. I get 8 points. I have 1 objective. I have 2 objectives. And I achieved my battle tactic. That's 8 points. It's over to Jack. Flesh Eater Courts, turn 1. Okay, Flesh Eater Courts, turn 1 for Jack. His battle tactic is marked for the grave, which sounds like a straight-to-DVD Jean-Claude Van Damme film, let's face facts. But that is basically you've picked this unit of Stormcast Liberators to die. Yeah?
Yeah.
You're going for them. Recap movement phase and hero phase. So you zapped one of them with your Arch Regent. Yeah? He's got himself a couple of Noble Deeds points as well. Then over this side of the battlefield, your Cardinal helped this, is he called a courtier?
Yeah, Crypt Haunter.
Crypt Haunter to get himself, he's already up to 6 Noble Deeds points because you roll that every hero phase, yeah?
Hero phase, yeah.
I remembered to put a ward save on my Questor, that's the only thing I could do in my hero phase, which I forgot to do. And then basically, you were going to say that you've done it. I pointed out that you need to sort of screen out your heroes from the Stormcast Eternals. So the way you've moved all your Flesh Eater Courts looks like they're all looking up into the skies, all these like storm clouds and lightning bolts. So the heroes have backed away a little bit and got the plebeds in the way to screen, while you've got your Vargulf and the Morbeg Knights are going after my Stormcast, who obviously redeployed. Because you had like a 4-inch and a 5-inch charge, and now you've got a 10-inch and an 8-inch charge from them. So you don't have any shooting, do you?
Just the terrorghiest, he's more than 10 inches away. So.
All right, well you've got 4 command points. You've got charges to do, so you're going to pretty much have 3 attempts here, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
So who you start with first? The Vargulf's 8-inch charge.
Vargulf's 8-inch
yeah.
charge. Yeah.
We don't like the Vargulf. So he's got an 8-inch charge. He's done it.
And then the Morbegs.
Yeah, what was it? They needed was it a 9?
A 9, yeah.
Yeah, they need a 9. They've fluffed it. Are you going to spend a command point?
I am.
Yeah. So try again. Oh, it worked. It worked. It's up to the Vargulf. Can he get marked for the grave? Straight to DVD. Everybody, I'll give you a chance to guess what me and Jack have both just done. What do you think me and Jack have both spent command points on? You're right, we have. It's Age of Sigmar, baby.
For the last time, because they're changing it.
Oh, they're changing it as of the next General's Handbook. It's getting altered. So, but we'll go over that in our next game. For now, you're getting +1 to hit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
So Dagger-like Fangs, hitting on a 2.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Immense Claws, hitting on a 3.
Is it not on a 2 now?
It normally hits on a 4.
Alright, okay.
It's not enough to kill him. Wounding on a 3. That is 3 at -2.
3 at -2, my goodness. So 4s. I fail 1, what's the damage of that?
2.
Alright, so he strikes on another Stormcast. Is that him done?
That's him done, yeah.
Ooh, okay, it's actually Steelheart champions who are left fighting the Vargulf. So first up, Steelheart and the girl with the shield whose name escapes me. I'm sorry, I'm not being sexist here. I just can't remember what her name is. 5 attacks. They fluffed it, too busy not dying. They did 1 wound, -1.
6 up save.
Yep. Ward. You'll have a ward save as well?
Yeah, ward save for 6 up.
Yep, nothing. Then you got Oberon with his big gold hammer. He hit once, wounds on a 3. Yeah, that's -1, but it's 2 damage. 6 up save.
Yeah. Nope.
Then 2 6 up wards. So the Vargulf takes, what's that, 3 damage?
3 damage, yeah. But then it's the end of the turn, so he gets to heal up and move.
What's this gold dice you've just put down here?
Noble Deeds points from killing that.
Oh, so just for killing 1 person?
Any damage they do becomes a Noble Deeds point.
Alright, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so end of any turn, Victory Feast.
Okay, what does that mean?
If any models were slain by this unit this turn, heal D6, and then it can use the retreat ability as if it was your movement phase.
My goodness, he's going to bounce.
He's going to bounce onto your objective, I think. And salvage some points.
That's not a bad idea.
So he heals 1.
Okay.
So he's on 8 wounds left.
Okay.
And then he's going to bounce onto your objective.
Alright, okay. Just point out to Jack, because it's the end of the turn and he had 2 command points left, he might as well have done power through, so it costs a command point, but it'll cause D3 mortal wounds to the Stormcast as he runs through them, and he'll still get to heal up and obviously move on to the objective like he plans, so it's just more damage for the sake of command point. That's about to get reset anyway. Yeah, so you... sorry, whatever your name is. Okay, end of Jack's turn 1 with his Flesh Eater Courts, he scored 6 points because the Vargulf nicked this objective. That meant Jack had 1 objective, 2 objectives, and he has more objectives than me, so he gets 6 points for that, but he didn't achieve his battle tactic because the cheeky Stormcast with their command point shenanigans stopped that from happening. So that's the end of turn 1. Stormcast are just in the lead, and now we need to dice off to see who's going first in turn 2. I got a 2.
I got a 2 as well.
So do you get a pick? Because you went... Was it me?
I think it's you. It defaults to you, isn't it?
I have no idea. Okay, turn 2 for the Stormcast. I picked Slay the Tyrants because the Vargulf that was there was kind of exposed, but obviously redeploy exists, and he's moved over here after a redeploy. So I'll go over everything else that's happened. Basically, the Stormcast basically moved alongside him, was ready to charge. This Stormcast unit got Finest Hour put on them, and they're moving towards the Vargulf. They're still going to go for him. I moved the Judicator in range to shoot, but then the Vargulf got himself away with his great bow. Yndrasta dropped down. So basically, they're now going to basically change their attack and go for the Warbeg Knights instead. And then to nick this objective over here, my Prosecutors and the Knight of Zeros have turned up, and they are also going to shoot at the Warbeg Knights. So the Warbeg Knights are about to get it from the Great Bow, Vengar, and the Javelins. On the other side of the battlefield, a lot more cautious. I'm just sort of sitting on my own objectives. So same thing with Jack's doing, he's sitting on his, you go, no you go, you go, no you go. Like football fans who won't do anything. So, that's where we're at. Now we're going to do the shooting phase, Great Bow, and then spears and javelins. I'll start with the javelins first, actually, because they're just in range. The Warbeg Knights of all-out defence start off with the Storm Javelins. The blue dice are the champion with a Star Trident. That's 2 hits. Wounded on freeze. 1 wound, it's -1.
So just straight forward save because of all that defence?
Yes.
Nope.
D3 damage. 2.
So we take 1.
Yep.
One's on 3 wounds.
Ugly duckly. We'll do Yndrasta with her spear. Hits on a 3+. Hits, wound on a 2+. Yeah, that's a -2 rend.
So just -1, so 5 up.
Yes.
Nope.
That's 4 damage.
6 at wards.
Yep. So she takes out the injured Morbeg, and then I'll spend a command point for all-out attack on my Knight Judicator, and he'll target the Morbegs as well. 3 shots hitting on 2s. It's a good job. There you go. Wounded on 3s though. Oh, come on, you idiot. Only 1 at -2.
So -1, so 5 up.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, 3 damage. So 2 damage.
2 wounds left.
So 2 wounds left on there. Okie dokes. Might be able to get them with a charge. Speaking of charging, I've got no more shooting to do. So this unit of Stormcast here, I've got a 5-inch charge into the Vargulf. Oh, don't be a 1. Nah, I should have rolled for the other squad. Because they need a 9. So they're in, and they need a 9. No, they fluffed it, so command point. Let's try again. 2 different dice. Need a 9. Oh, I've got a 7, right, so it's up to you two lads. You need to kill a Vargulf. Best of luck. Next up, I'll have Yndrasta charge into the Morbegs. She's fluffed it.
3 dice as well.
3 dice, yeah. Never mind. Well, at least she's not, like, out in the open, I suppose. Yeah. But I'll still have the prosecutors try and get the Morbegs. Yeah, they've done it. They've rolled a 12 to get in there. The Knight of Zeros might as well try. He only rolls 2 dice though. No.
Make sure you're still on that objective, because you score at the end of the turn.
My prosecutors have stayed within 12 inches of my Knight of Zeros to keep the shock and awe benefit of -1 to hit them for the rest of this turn. I'm all out attacking, so I've only got 1 command point left. So this is the attack from the squad. The blue dice are the champion, hitting on 2s. That's 1 miss. And then the wounding on 3s. Yeah, it wasn't very good, that. So it's only 5 at -1. You've all out defensed again, yeah?
Yeah, so 5 on 4 up.
Yep. So you take 6 damage.
It's enough to kill him.
It's enough to kill the squad.
So I need...
What, at least 1 6?
At least 1 6.
You got that 1 6?
Yeah, so 1's alive on 1.
Morbeg alive on a wound. Next up be the Vargulf attacking these 2 Stormcast. The Stormcast couldn't even kill it even if they did all their attacks, so it is what it is. I probably should have rolled for their charge first, and then if they, because of the fluffed it, just left them alone. But anyway.
1 attack from the Staggerlight Fangs.
Yep.
Hit on 3. Nope. And then
he's to sharpen his fangs, isn't he? With the angle grinder out.
7. These are hit on 4s.
Yes.
So 3 hit.
Okay.
He's going to wound on 3s.
Okay.
There's 3 wounds at -2.
Alright, 5s and 6s. There, you kill the squad.
Yeah, 2 damage each.
And then you get a heal. Is that right?
End of the turn.
Alright, okay. Okay. And you get a move, is that, you do it every turn, yeah?
End of the turn, yeah.
Alright, okay. So next up your Morbeg, he's going to attack over here. Is that the champion?
That is the champion, yeah. So... it's not charged. So 2 attacks from the... 3 attacks from the Grizzly Lance. These are going to hit on 3s. And these are going to wound on 3s because they've still got the +1 to wound from the spell.
Oh yeah, that's right, you cast a spell on them, didn't you?
So that's 2 at -1.
2 at -1, so 4s. Takes a wound.
Just 1 damage, yeah.
Yep, and then you've got your bat.
Yeah, so these are going to hit on 3s. No, 4, sorry.
Is that with a minus, yeah?
Ah! No,
Minus
they would hit on 5s with a minus, but...
Yeah, he's hit, yeah.
And these are going to wound on 2s.
Okay.
So 2 wounds, 1 rend.
Okay, 4s. You're fine.
Cool.
They are fine. Okay, so now we've got end of turn stuff to do. I've got the ability to move with my lantern, and then you've got to chomp and eat up the Stormcast and heal.
Yeah, so your stuff goes off first.
Yes. Okay, at the end of Stormcast turn 2, I only scored 6 points that turn because I didn't do my battle tactics, so I managed to get to the 6 because I rolled and I got my ability from my Knight of Zeros. On a 3+, you're allowed to move a unit of prosecutors, so they left combat with the Morbeg and they flew over and took this objective. My Knight of Zeros destroyed that objective in Jack's territory, so I ended up with 1 objective, 2 objectives, more objectives. Jack's Vargulf, is that up to... Is maximum the 6 for Noble Deeds points?
Yeah.
Right, so he's got maximum 6 Noble Deeds points. He healed up to full by chomping on my Stormcast Liberators. Or I could pay a CP, couldn't I, and bring them back as soon as they're destroyed.
Full or half?
Nah, you know what, I'll save that for a later. I don't think I need them at the moment. I'll wait for another unit to get chomped up. So that's where I'm at. It's now the Flesh Eater's turn 2. Okay, turn 2 for the Flesh Eater Court. Jack's gone for Do Not Waver. That's get 2 units into combat and don't have any destroyed. Jack, do you want to talk us through hero phase things first before we go to movement phase things?
So I rallied the Morbeg Knights just to heal the one that was on 1. He healed up to 3.
Yeah.
I have...
Then you spent these points from your Vargulf to bring back 2, yeah?
Yeah, that
okay.
was in the movement phase though.
That's our movement phase, right?
So they're back to full-ish, which is good.
Yeah, that's super annoying.
I've casted Deranged Transformation on the Crypt Guard and on the Terrorghiest.
Okay.
To bring him up to 6 Noble Deeds points.
Okay.
Which is cool. I've moved the ghouls over just because I was aware that I've just left one of my objectives open and Yndrast is on the other side, so hopefully they can do some blocking.
Okay.
Terrorghiest has moved up.
Yeah.
He's got a 5-up ward on him because of the prayer from the Cardinal.
Yeah.
The Cardinal rolled 10 in total, so the Crypt Horrors also have a 5-up ward on him.
Okay.
That's like the buffed version.
He was moving towards my Lord Vigilant, so I spent my last command. Neither one of us have command points left, but my Lord Vigilant redeployed and he moved back 5 inches, making it a 12-inch charge for the Terrorghiest to get him, but it's only a 7-inch for him to get to the Liberators here, so he probably just recharge it to them. And then your flares are moving up towards my Stormcast on this flank as well.
Yeah.
So if you get all your charges off, mate, you might very well have my pants fully pulled down here. So shooting, you've just got the scream from the Terrorghiest, yeah?
Yeah, scream from the Terrorghiest, so it's 1 shot.
What's the range of it?
10.
Oh, so you're going for the Liberators, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I can get you.
No. So it's 1 dice?
It's on a 4, I think.
Okay. So you roll a 6, you definitely hit.
Nope.
No, so that missed.
Yeah.
His scream missed their ears. Any more shooting?
No, that's it.
Right, so we've got a bunch of charges to resolve then, yeah?
Yeah.
Start with the Vargulf and those annoyingly all back Morbeg Knights.
So, on a 3.
Yeah.
Vargulf's in. 3 for the Morbeg Knights. In.
Yep.
Good.
Over here.
Oh, yeah.
Crypt Guard. Yeah, that 8 should get them into the Knight of Zeros.
Yeah, he's advanced so he can't charge.
Okay.
Terrorghiest.
Okay, yeah, Terrorghiest needs a 7. Big 10 he's in. And then you've got... Are you doing a charge with your flares?
I'm going to leave that.
Oh, you're not doing the flares. Okay, so we'll move all your charges in. Okay, so Jack's moved all of it. He hasn't moved all of his charges in. They didn't move in. But you want to do your Death Shriek, don't you? Go on, just do it while I'm filming. Then we'll move your Crypt Guard in. Do your Death Shriek.
Dice looking for 6s.
Okay.
Nothing.
Got no other choice. I'm going to have to pop my Quicksilver Drought on my Knight of Zeros. He's going to have to try and chop down some of these Crypt Guard before they dogpile him. So he's going to be freeze and freeze. Of course. Of course.
Was that 1?
It's 1, mate. -1.
Damage?
2. You've got... Is it... You only have a 6-up save?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 back.
Yeah, so he chops down 2. Good for him. Okay, the Vargulf is up against the Prosecutors.
Dagger-like fangs.
One of them was killed by the charge from the Morbegs, by the way.
So 1 attack, hitting on a 3. Hits. Wounding on a 2. Wounds just 3 rend.
6. Nope.
3 damage.
Okay, so that's just the champion left on a wound remaining. Get him with your claws. 7 attacks.
Yeah. Hitting on 4s.
Yeah. 3 hits, yeah.
Wounding on 2s. No, wounding on 3, sorry.
Oh.
That's 1 wound.
Yeah.
-2 rend.
Alright, 5 6. The champion lives.
Cool. No, he only has 6 Noble Deeds.
Okay.
No,
Okay. Might as well attack with my Liberators and see if we can chip some wounds off this terrorghiest. That's what we're here to kill. So the red dice are the 1 damage and the blue dice are the 2 damage Grand Mace. Oh, lovely. That is 5 mortal wounds to start off with. And then these ones wound on a 3+, mate. They all wounded as well, so that's 4 minus 1.
Yeah. So 4, 5 ups.
Yeah. So you take 3, so that's 7 ward saves in total for it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
So 5 up wards.
Yep. So you take 5 damage.
Cool.
So it's down to 9 health remaining. Health. More begs are going to attack now and get rid of my prosecutors, which I'm very sad about because I don't have any command points to bring them back when they die. The big sad. So unless you roll really badly, of course.
Grizzly Lancers, hit on 3s.
Well, never mind. Goodbye, prosecutor champion.
Wounding on 4s. That is 2 at 1 rend.
Yep. He's still in there. He's still in there.
Did you just save both of them?
Yeah, I saved them both. You're going to have to get him with your bat horses. Bosses.
Hit on 4s.
Yep. Okay, that's 3 hits, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Wounding on 3s. That's 3 wounds at -1.
Oh, 3 4-ups. Can it be done? Oh, no, he gets taken out. No! Okay, it's the terrorghiest's turn to attack. Let's see what it can do.
So it's Fang Bars. More, so 3 attacks hit on 4s.
But something happens on a 6, right?
So that's 6 damage.
So that's 3 Stormcast dead straight away.
And then wounding on 2s. And that's 1 at 2 rend.
Okay, 5 or 6. Yeah, damage on that.
D6. So that's 7
Okay.
in total.
In total, yeah, so that's 3 Stormcast and 1 injured.
Yep. And then 6 from its skeletal talons. Hitting on 4s.
1 hit.
Wounding on a 2. 1 wound at 2 rend.
Okay, 5 or 6. Make it through. Damage on that.
2 damage.
Alright, that just leaves I'll just leave the Grand Mace. Okay, so Jack's piled in, but he needs to stay in range of his Arc region to get his extra attack bonus. Is that from Feeding Frenzy?
Feeding Frenzy, yeah.
Yeah, so they've got an extra attack. Have you remembered what their Cursed Blades rule is yet?
Switches off command
Okay.
if they do damage.
Okay.
So they've got cursed weapons, 3 attacks, but 4 attacks because of the thing.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll 4.
Lots and lots of dice. I'll let you know how he got on. I decided to put all of the dice that Jack needs in his hands so we can see all the attacks come through from these Crypt Guard. What are they hit on?
4s.
What are the wound on?
3s because of deranged transformation.
My goodness, goodbye, Knight of Zeros. Oh, hang on. Knight of Zeros has a 5 up ward save because of the Bleak Citadel's rule. So, Jack, take it away. This is your wound rolls, 3+.
3 to wound.
After all is said and done, that's 15 saves for the Knight of Zeros. He's got a 3+ save, but they're rend 1, so 15 4-ups, and he's got a 5-up ward after that. So roll well. Is that well enough? I don't think it is. That looks absolutely awful. He's got 6 health, and I've got 10 ward saves to make, so I need to make 5. Sorry, is that 5? Yeah, 5 of them I need to make. 5 ups I need. He's... God, he only made 2. He is all kinds of dead because of my terrible dice rolling. At the end of the turn, that got Jack the big 10 points there, and at insult injury the terrorghiest burnt that objective in front of it as well. So you've got 1 objective, 2 objectives, more objectives. You completed your battle tactic, you're doing that wave, you lost no units, and you fought with multiple units and whooped me all over the shop. So grab a dice, Jack. We need to know who's going first in turn 3. You're a 6. That'll be me. I've got my work cut out. Okay, turn 3 for the Stormcast Eternals. I've picked Slay the Entourage. I've picked this little slinking fella over here who's slinked off behind the Morbigs as I went near him. I read my rules. I can bring back the prosecutors, so I've done Heaven Sent with them. So they've turned back up. Yndrasta's moved in. Liberators have moved in. He's hiding behind the Morbigs. He's like an 80s cartoon. Well, to be fair, I think Age of Sigmar is like an 80s cartoon anyway. So he's being very Starscream, Cobra Commander-esque here. Fight! Get them for me!
Twirling his moustache.
Yeah. Over this side, The Judicator has put a Griffhound marker on the Terrorghiest, and he's going to light him up in the flanks. The Lord Vigilant hits his time to shine. He's got the Ward Save and Finest Hour on him. He's going to strike himself down a Terrorghiest. Over here, the Stormcast are just going for a scrap with the big chunky boys over there. Wish him luck. Don't know how that's going to go for him. Hopefully it goes well over here for me though. But as far as shooting phase is concerned, we'll do the Judicator now into the flank of that Terrorghiest. Because you've got the marker on you, you get +1 to wound and +1 to hit. Cool. So 2s and 2s essentially against your Terrorghiest. Are you doing any defensive strats on it like that? I know I'm saying strats, but it's not this in 40k.
Nah.
Okay, 2s and 2s. Because my dice rolls are going to... See, that's a miss, and then I'm going to roll a 1 on a wound. We all know what's going to happen. Aha, right. So that's 2 minus 2.
2 6-ups.
Yep.
Nope.
6 damage. Does it still have that 5 at ward?
Okay. Yeah. So 5 damage.
So it takes 5 damage, leaves it on 4 wounds remaining. Lovely. I think we're going to be getting ourselves a Terrorghiest this turn, lads. Over here, Yndrasta with Fengar, her spear. She's going to, although he's going to be getting, I'm getting -1 thrown at him. He's my target, so have a spear in the face. No, she missed. Never mind. And the prosecutors will throw the javelins into the Morbegs. That's 3 hits. 3 wounds, the -1.
5 ups.
Ooh, you've done well there, mate. Because he's the D3 damage, these. 2 damage.
6 ups.
It only takes 1. These Morbeg Knights. No wonder Taunt lists were full of them. They're by far the best unit. They're amazing. So that's all my shooting done with. So it's time. I'm doing it all. It's one shot. It's like Spielberg or something now, Anna. Charges. Yndrasta. Yeah, she's not messing about. She's just... Well, hang on. What's she rolled there? 12. Can she even leap over the... She might just leap over.
Yeah, she can.
They roll 3 dice as well. Roll for the prosecutors. Yeah, they're in as well. They've rolled a 12. And then my Stormcast Liberators, they've messed up, so I will use a command point on them. So they're down to 2. Give me 2 new dice. Hurry up! That's better. So I don't know. They won't have made it to the Vargulf, but they will have made it to the Morbegs. This side, my Lord Vigilant. Yeah, he's in. My Knight Questor. He's only rolled a 4. Oh, you absolute idiot. I don't even know if I'm going to charge him on Liberators now. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not going to. I'm going to charge at him though. Yeah, he's in as well. Lovely. Let's get him. Yeah, we're going to start the fight phase off with Yndrasta, who I've put all-out attack onto. So the blue dice are her spear called Fengavar. I'll get it eventually. I sound like Ace Ventura trying to say words here. So, and then the red dice are her Blade of the High Heavens. All hitting on 2s, but the red dice wound on 3s, the spear wounds on a 2. So 2s. That's all hit. Now I need 2s with the blue dice and 3s with the red dice. So that is... They're all damage free, mate, so it doesn't really matter what you roll. So you've got 6. Oh wait, that's straight for your armour, isn't it?
No, because I have defence.
So what's your save?
It'll be a...
It's not Ren 2, this.
Yeah, so it'll be a Rent 1. So it's a 6-up save now.
So that's got a 5-up save?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So 6 6-ups?
So 6 6-ups?
Saves 2?
Yeah, so that is 12 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
9, 10, 11, 12.
3 6s and he lives.
It's been done.
It's been done. No.
Not this time though.
She gets her quarry. Oh wait, that's the quarry. She's going to drag his head back and go, is this what you're after? No. Next up, the Terrorghiest is attacking. Jack's put all out attack on it because it's bracketed, and he's going to put all his attacks into my Lord Vigilant. Do I all out defense him to keep him alive? No.
Okay, 3 attacks from the Fangmaw.
Please don't roll any 6s.
Hit on 3s. Nothing. And then 4 from the Skeletal Talons because it's bracketed. Hit on 3s. Oh my god, this is terrible. 2s. That's 2 at -1.
Is that including the rip man? All out deep, like my finest hour, or is it?
Oh, no, there'll be no rend then.
Alright.
4 damage in total.
Ward save of 5 up. Takes 3 damage. My Liberators are going to attack into the Morbeg Knights. The blue dice are the Grand Hammer. So that's Immortal Wound, and then a bunch of misses, because that was absolutely naff. Right, freeze. Oh, so that's Immortal Wound, then you've got a save at -1, that's 1 damage.
5 up save.
Yep. And then you've got save at -1, that's 2 damage. So roll 1 dice.
Nope.
You failed it, so that's 3 ward saves you need to make.
Nope.
So you lose 1 and 1's down to 3 health. Time for the Morbegs to attack, and they're going to turn around and try and take out the Prosecutors before they take them out. So you got your champion, and yes, you got...
Hit on 3s.
Lovely.
He's going to wound on 3s because I did...
Deranged transformation?
Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 wounds, -1.
4 wounds at -1. Yeah, I get injured, and then you've got your bats.
Hit on 4s.
Yeah, 2 hits.
Wounded on 2s. Yeah, 2 at -1.
Mad that the wound on 2s. 1 gets through.
2 damage.
Okay, so it's just the champion left alive again.
On 1 wound.
Yeah, on 1 wound again. We'll do my Prosecutor Champion before we go over to see if we can slay the Terrorghiest. So the Prosecutor Champion hits twice. Wounds once, -1, damage 2.
So 5 up.
Yeah, started it. Never mind. More big knights. Right, over here. Let's see if my Lord Vigilant can get it. Okay, so we've got 5 attacks from his great weapon, and then 3 attacks from his Griff Charger. The Griff Charger hits on a 4, he hits on a 3. And then he wounds on a 2+, and the Griff Charger wounds on a 3. So that's all wounded. So let me just check the rend on that mate. So you've got rend 2 on, so you got 4 at rend 2.
6 ups.
Yeah, that's 6 damage. So that he could just kill it with his great weapon. Kill it. Yeah, he strikes it down with his great weapon. Can they explode or do anything on death?
I don't think so. They don't explode into a cloud of bats anymore.
Oh. Okay, end of turn 3 for the Stormcast. I scored 8 points. I did my battle tactic. I have an objective and I have 2 objectives, but I do not have more. We've both got 3 each at the moment. So it's over to Jack's turn 3. We've both got 1 command point left. I think that turn went quite well for the Stormcast, actually. I'm quite happy with what position I'm in now. So take it away, Jack. Okay, Flesh Eater Court's turn 3. Jack's picked Seize the Centre. So, hero phase stuff, not much exciting really happened, was it? You just cast some spells.
Yeah, some deranged transformation on him and them just to remove them.
Yeah, these lads, because they've got fallback and charge and they don't take damage from retreating, they've retreated out of combat and they're going to recharge back into Liberate to see if they can liberate that objective for the glorious Flesh Eater Courts. In the centre, you've got your Cardinal and his cronies, his ablative wounds. I've done Seize the Centre for you. Seize the Rock. That rock is the centre.
There's a bottom rock.
Yeah. Well, they probably think it's something really important. Like it's a chalice or something. And then we've got the big sweaty boys, who isn't me and Jack, moving in to fight the Liberators and Silas Beastbane. Got no shooting.
No.
So it's just charges. So just got these lads there in. So roll for your big sweaty lad first, because he needs to go in and not get blocked. So your big sweaty lad, he's in, and then you what are they called? Crypt Haunters?
Yeah.
Flares or something, and then you got these 2 lads here. Yeah. Everyone's in. Let's do some combats. Jack is opting to start over here. Now I've took the ward save off my Night Questor because I thought they were Ruination Chamber. It turns out he's actually Warrior Chamber. So the ward save is back onto the Lord Vigilant. So what's this guy called? The Crypt Horror. Crypt Haunter. He's going to attack Silas Beastbane because Beastbane has anti-hero abilities, and then because of his hero ability, he'll allow what they call Crypt Horrors.
Crypt Horrors, yeah.
Crypt Horrors to attack afterwards. I'll probably do all our defense on my Liberators after that, but
So Crypt Hunter, 6 attacks, hitting on 4s.
That's what we wanted. Did anything on a 6?
No.
Okay.
Moving on a 3. Oh my lord.
He is Silas Beastbane, the Bane of Beasts.
Is he the horrors aren't in range of him, are they?
One of them is.
I'll just attack the Liberator.
Yeah, so I'll all-out defense my Liberators with my last command point. There we go. And you got 15 attacks against the Liberators. The Crypt Horrors?
4s and 3s.
4s and 3s, but they've got crit auto wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
So it's 3 auto wounds.
Yes.
And then 2, 3. 3 wounds.
Oh, terrible.
That is terrible.
That looked like a 4. So that's 4 wounds, yeah?
Yeah, 4 wounds -1.
-1, but I auto defense, so 4 free ups. I lose a Stormcast over there. That did not go well for the Flesh Eaters.
Jesus.
Over this side, my Liberators now step forward to take on the charge of the Morbegs. The blue dice are the Grand Hammer. Beautiful. So that's 3 mortal wounds. And these hit, wounded on 3s. Oh, the Grand Hammer didn't do anything though. So you've got 3 saves at -1, mate.
3 5-ups.
Yep. And then you've got 3 mortal wounds, so you've got 5 ward saves to take.
6-ups.
Yep. Nice. So we drag down one of the Morbegs before he gets to attack. I'll take that. Now the champion of the Morbegs crashes into the Liberators. Nice.
3 hits. Wounded on 4s. 2 wounds, 1 rend.
Yep, 4s. If I fail one, I take his damage 2. Is it a lance?
Damage 2, yeah.
Yeah, so he strikes down him and then puts a wound onto another. He's got his bat horse.
His boss.
Yeah.
Hit on 4s. Cool. And then wounding on a 3. That's 1 at 1 rend.
I was going to do the sound effects because it's a bat. Wouldn't it be like ultra, like what do you call it? Like
high pitched.
High pitched, yeah. So just, I'm doing the sound effect now. Was 2, was it?
Yeah, 1 at 1 rend.
Okay.
So he's fine.
So he's fine.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's all combat's done with. Right? Oh no, I get to attack back over there. Hang on. Over this side, I'll start with Silas Beastbane, and then if the what is the hero called?
Crypt Haunter.
If the Crypt Haunter survives his attacks with his hammer axe, I'll have the Liberators try and finish him off. To, you know, they used to have the Slayer of Tyrants rule, so it's all in, you know, theme. Okay, Silas Beastbane, chop down that big smelly boy. That's crit 2 mortals and then 1 hit, which wounded at -2 rend.
So straight through.
So that's going to be 4 ward saves for your Haunter.
So 6-ups.
Yep. So he takes 3 damage, and now my Liberators will put all of their attacks into him. Liberators, the blue dice are the Great Blade. Ooh, no mortals. It's freeze to wound him. So that's them 3 failed. So you've got 2 at -1 that are damage 1, and you've got 2 at -1 which are damage 2.
So I'll roll the
damage 1s.
Yeah. So 6-ups. Nope. Damage 1.
Yeah.
So he's down to 2.
Right. So 1 strike, 1 clean strike from the Great Blade will get him.
2
6-ups first. Ooh. You need to roll a 6 now. 2 dice. 2 dice. It's a Great Blade.
All right. Okay.
Damage 2. You need to make him at least 1, or he's dead.
Oh,
cut down by the Great Blade. Okay, end of turn 3 for Jack. Jack scored 8 points, and it puts him in the lead by 2 points on 24 to my 22 because he got seized the centre, getting him 4 points, and he has 1 objective, 2 objectives, but he does not have more, so he did get the 10. So that is the end of turn 3. So now we both need a dice to see who's going first in turn 4. I've got a 3. Ooh, it's me. Stormcast, turn 4. Okay, Stormcast Eternals, turn 4. I'm going for Seize the Centre myself. That's going to be quite difficult to do because there's like 20. Is it 20 or is it slightly less?
There's 17.
17 ghouls and a cardinal on there. I need to get rid of all of them to seize the rock in the centre. That's our rock. So Hero phase wise. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have rallied them, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That was something I could do in the... Right. Hero phase is not quite done. I'm going to do a rally on those Liberators. I put the ward save onto my Lord Vigilant. I put Finest Hour onto these Liberators. And then Yndrasta and everyone else just converging on the centre to seize the centre. And tell you what I'll do. I'll roll 6 dice live for my Liberators. Because I tried to do it last turn, didn't I? But I couldn't because he was in combat. So any 4+ is healing on the unit. So I rolled 4. So that means I get back 2 Stormcast for that unit. Whoop. At the shooting phase, I've got my Liberators in. Now, I've only got 1 Gryph-hound because I failed my roll to mark them with a Gryph-hound. So they skewered my poor Gryph-hound as it went to go get them. So instead I'm going to use all-out attack on him instead. Just give him +1 to hit. He's going to shoot at the ghouls. He hit with all of them. Then he wounds on a 3+. I knew he'd do that, you idiot. So it's -2, so straight through, so it's 3 ward saves for the squad.
6 ups?
Yeah. Yeah, so he skewers 3 of them.
Yeah.
And then Yndrasta will throw her spear into them. She hit. Wounded. So that's another 4 ward saves for the squad. So 4 more dice.
6 ups?
Yep. So she throws a spear through another 4. Start the charge first. So my Lord Vigilant, he's going to charge him first. He needs a 3. Yeah, he's in. The Knight Judicator, he needs a 5. He's fluffed it. I kind of need him in there for the extra bodies. So I'll use a command point to get him in there because we need that to seize the centre. He's done it on a 5. And then the Liberators, they've done it on a 5. And then Yndrasta needs a 9. But if she fluffs it up, I'll just send her to go scrap with all those ghouls there. Why not? She's rolled an 8. So I'll tell you what. She'll just go fight a bunch of ghouls, I think. Why not? Let's all get stuck in. Okay, we're in. I did contemplate not charging with Yndrasta. But then next turn, Jack would pick Slay the Entourage and just get her anyway with that big squad. So instead, she's going to risk it. She's charged in. I'm not doing all-out attacker or anything on her because I've only got 1 command point left. But I'll try and chop down a bunch of them. You're not doing all-out defense either, are you?
No.
So I've got attacks from the spear and the sword. The red dice hit on a 3, blue on a 2. So she missed with the spear and once with the sword. Any of these have crit autos? No, don't have any crit autos. So then, 3s and 2s, I believe. Or are they all 2s? Not 3s and 2s. Uh-oh, she's fluffed that right up. But the -2 rend.
Straight through.
So that's 6 ward saves for the squad.
6, 5 ups because they're in combat range of the hero.
So she chops 3 of them down. No, this is what I was saying earlier about the freeze and freeze thing. So she takes out 3 of them. Now it's your turn to attack, mate.
I should probably go with the ghouls.
The ghouls are going to step up.
Yeah.
The ghouls are stepping up. They've got Feeding Frenzy on them, so they've got 3 attacks each. They've got crit auto wounds, and they've got... So where's the extra rend coming from?
Because they're in range of a hero.
Alright, okay. Go.
4s and 4s.
Yep. All of the Liberators, yeah?
Yeah.
Auto wounds and then another force to wound, did you say, yeah?
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So 12 saves for the Liberators. I might have made a mistake here with my order of things. And by might, I think I definitely have. But you live and learn, don't you? So that's the unit wiped out of Liberators. I've made a huge mistake. Next up I'll have Beastbane attack, just because if the Liberators go first, you might end up getting killed out of combat, so you won't be able to do anything. So Silas has got 5 attacks. That's 2 mortals and the rest of them hit. Wound on freeze. Oh, we hear these freeze, man! Yeah! 1 save at -1.
6 up? Nope.
Yeah, there's 4 ward saves for the squad.
6 up wards. So 1's on 2 wounds left.
Okay, your turn to attack now.
I'll go with a Mordeg, I think.
This lad?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. 3 attacks from this lance.
Yeah. 3s.
He hits on a 3, does he?
Hits on a 3, wounds on a 4.
Alright, yeah.
Wounds on a 4.
Nothing.
Yeah, then his bat.
Hitting on a 4.
Yeah.
Wounded on 3. 2 wounds at -1.
Okay. Fail 1, so is that 2 damage?
2 damage, yeah.
Okay, so it takes him out and injures another. And I'll do my Liberators on the other side of the battlefield against the Crypt Horrors, and they've got Finest Hour on them. Liberators into the Crypt Horrors. Have it. Blue dice is the big grand weapon. So that's a mortal to miss. Roll these again. Need 3s. Beautiful. So that's 5 -1.
6 ups.
Yes, that's 3 damage, and you got 1 at -1. That's 2 damage.
6 up.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that's 2 damage go through. Plus an extra one from that mortal earlier. So that's 6 ward saves for you. Now you're doing well with these wards.
So one's dead, one's on 3 wounds.
Yep. The Cardinal is going to try and strike down the Judicator because you've got D3 damage and you could take him out.
So 4 attacks because of Feeding Frenzy.
Yes.
4s. 2 hit.
Yep.
Wounding on 3s. 1 wound, no rend.
Go 3 up.
He's fine.
He's okay. He's okay. Right. Okay. Interesting stuff. I'll do my Judicator now, actually. See how he gets on against the ghouls. Oh, he only has 3 attacks. I thought he had 5. Hits twice. Wounds once.
Rend?
-1, 1 damage.
So just a 6 or 1. No.
Okay, so he strikes down a ghoul. That's me not getting to seize the centre. Let's face facts. I made a huge mistake with this combat stuff over here. Kicking myself. I am kicking myself. You've got your big stompy boys over here to attack, or you've got your ghouls against you. Tell you what, just do your Indrasta last, because we'll see how that goes at the end. You want to do your big stompy boys? They attacking the Liberators, or they're attacking...
Liberators are going to be easy to kill, aren't they?
Not at the moment, because they've got Finest Hour on them.
Oh, we'll go for the hero then.
Yeah.
So it's 4 attacks each, I think.
Yes.
It'll be 4s and 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 4s. Crits are auto wound.
Yep.
Right, so it's 3. So 3s. So that is 4 saves.
At -1 by any chance?
No rend.
Alright, freeze. Of damage?
2.
Alright, he's alive just. I'm not going to be getting my battle tactic. I've completely screwed up this turn. Might cost me the game this, but I'm going to strike down that Cardinal hopefully. So the Great Weapon from the Lord Vigilant and his Griff Charger are the blue dice. So he is hit. Definitely when he hits on a 4. Roll a wound and don't flip it up. I don't think he wounds on a 2+. No, he doesn't. So that is 2 saves at mine. Well, that's 4 ward saves from his axe.
6s. Nope. So he's got 1 wound left.
Yeah, and then you've got 1 at... Did you say you've got a 5 up or a 6 up save?
He's got a 6 up save.
Alright, so then the beak went straight through as well, so another 2 damage from the actual Griff Charger. Does it peck his eyeballs out?
Oh, just.
Just got him right. The Griff Charger ripped his head off. Before we get to Indrasta getting killed by the millions of ghoul attacks, I'll see if I can chop down this Morbeg Knight. Blue dice is the Grand Hammer. So, miss, a mortal wound, 3 hits, sorry. Yeah, that's 1 save at -1, that's 1 damage.
5 up.
Yeah.
Fine.
Then 1 save at -1, that's 2 damage.
5 up. Fine.
Oh, Jack. Then you've got a ward save.
6 up.
Yeah, so you take a wound on the Morbeg Knight. Was
3
it?
left.
They've got 4 wounds each as well. Nice.
Yeah.
I'll let you into what I'm doing. I've got 1 command point left, which I was going to use for all-out defense on Yndrasta. Yeah? But I'm not going to do that now. Because I've lost my battle tactic, I'm not going to get the Caesar Centre. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use that point to play power through on my Lord Vigilant. So he'll do a few mortal wounds to the ghouls, but then he'll be able to move over to that objective in Jack's territory and steal it. That'll get me 1, 2 and more for objectives, which means I'll get 6 instead of getting 4. So at least I make up some points, but now 60 million attacks are going into Yndrasta. Wish I luck. The Crypt Guard have piled into Yndrasta. I'm choosing to let us suffer a fate worse than death. So, take it away, Jack. Freeze and freeze with 68 million attacks. Oh my god. He's done pretty well on the hit roll so far. Seems like you've done pretty well on the wounds as well. 32, 4+ saves for Yndrasta. Wish her luck. I didn't roll above average, I rolled below average, which means she's going to die on a ward save now unless I roll super fluky. Oh, hang on. Yndrasta dead. That was a terrible, terrible play by me this turn. I hold my hands up. That was all my bad. So, last command point, power through, D3 mortal wounds for those ghouls, 3 mortal wounds on them.
Yeah.
He runs down 3 more of them, and then I'm going to run over and nick that objective. Okay, at the end of turn 4, I scored 6 points, like I said, because I did the power through with my Lord Vigilant, and got that objective getting me more objectives. So it's now Jack's turn. He's only behind by 4 points, so if he gets a battle tactic and an objective, he's laughing. So, Jack, take it away. Okay, turn 4 for the Flesh Eater Court. Jack has picked Take Their Land, which he is achieving with Morbid Knights. Definitely men of the match, no wonder they're in every single tournament list. They are absolutely fantastic. Fall back and charge, healing up crazy amounts, getting new models back, like, incredible unit. So he's legged out of combat, didn't take any damage because he doesn't have to with his rule. Nicked that objective, going to take that objective there. Got the range transformation only on the Crypt Guard.
Yeah.
Regents behind them. You got the ghouls going to charge my Liberators and nick that objective.
Yeah.
And then one of your horrors healed up back to full wounds. So all you got to do there, mate, is roll your 2 dice for charge for your ghouls. Yeah, they roll a 7, they're in over here, we'll move them in, and then you're probably going to stab them up and nick that objective. Okay, the ghouls that just killed Yndrasta, let's see if they can kill 2 Liberators, and one of them's already injured. Yes. Over here we've got Silas Beastbane, he's going to attack. Jack's using his last command point to all-out defense onto his big ghouls, because he used all-out attack on the little ghouls. The Beastbane, be the Bane of Beast. 3 hits, wound on a 3, 3 wounds, -1, damage 2.
Is that -1 including the all-out defense?
No, he's just so whatever your normal save is.
5 ups.
Yeah, so 4 damage.
6 ups.
Yeah.
1 on
a wound remaining. Yeah, no, it's their turn to attack now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
Going into Liberators.
Yeah.
Might as well. Into the Liberators.
Looking for 4s.
Looking for 4. 6 is auto wound though.
Yes.
Yeah, so you got 2 hits and 1 auto wound. Yeah.
Only got 3.
Yeah.
2 wounds on a rend.
Freeze. You see, you strike down another Liberator. Liberators, I might as well do this Judicaea. Is that the 40k dude? No one knows who he is. Freeze and freeze. 1 wound, -1.
Damage 1.
1.
6 up.
He strikes down a ghoul there. Good for him. Well done.
I'll attack back with it.
Attacks back at him from the little naked ghouls.
4s and 4s.
Yep. Crit auto wounds.
Yeah.
4 hits.
2 wounds. Not right.
2 wounds for him. He takes a wound. Nice. And now my Liberator's over there. Liberator's over there fighting the big ghouls. Blue dice is the Great Blade. So no mortals, but most of them hit. Finish the wound. Lovely. So that's 2 at -1 that are damage 1. So it's a normal save, so 5s.
Nope.
Yeah, ward saves. Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack. And again, but these ones damage 2. Yeah, so now 4.
Nope, so 1's alive on 1 wound.
1's alive on a wound. Great stuff. Okay, end of turn 4 for the Flesh Eater Courts. Jack's just done the big 10. Got to seize their land for this battle tactic, getting him 4. Then he's got that objective, that one there, that one over there, and then one in the far corner, giving him 1, 2, and more than me on objectives. So it's big 10. Now Jack, grab a dice, see who's going first in the final turn. I got a 4.
I got 1.
Stormcast. I've got to break free. Okay. We've just theory hammered, mind hammered, vision hammered turn 5. I would have gone for, what was it, Jack? Which one was it again?
Do not waver.
Do not waver. I would have gone for do not waver. Have units fight and have no one be destroyed. I think that would have been doable, I think. And that means the best I could have done was an 8. It was 8 points, put me on to 36, yeah? But Jack, in his turn, would have just, let me turn this over, he would have just done inevitable demise with these 2 units here, got into my deployment zone, that's an easy 4. He already has these objectives, so he gets an easy 8 in his turn, so the best I could have done was 36. Jack gets an easy 42 points without even really having to try in his final turn. So the Stormcasts were wrecked by visions of this, so they decided to just fall back. They're falling back this way, pushed back by the Flesh Eater Courts. So Jack, it's a victory for you, mate. Much better. Put it there. Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, great game again.
Yeah. I always love Age of Sigmar every time because I don't play it as much as like 40k or whatever. Not really by choice, really. It's more just by who your mates are and what and sort sometimes by the releases. But every time I play Age of Sigmar, I love it. I love how back and forth it is, and
it definitely felt really close. But it's always the same. It feels really close until it isn't.
Yeah, I made a terrible mistake with the Andrasta in that Caesar Centre. I made a terrible mistake there. I should have used the reroll charge on her instead and got her in there with all those damage-free attacks. She probably would have chopped straight through all those ghouls. But
you live and learn.
You live and learn, don't you? But it's not about the winning; it's about taking part
and the content.
Yeah, I'm glad that I've done like 640k videos in a row. It's nice to actually get an Age of Sigmar video out there. Do you have a unit of the match? I know who I think your unit of the match is.
It's the Morbegs, I think.
The Morbegs are just fantastic.
Causing havoc with that retreating charge.
Yeah, the ridiculously easy way to heal them, and then they can just run through combats and do like I was saying, like 2 units on each flank could go forward, get you easy take their flanks, even if they had to run through a unit and do it. Then they could go take their land after that turn afterwards. I'm saying all this will be a new book by the time. Well, it won't be by the time it's out, but like on the weekend or the weekend after that, the new book comes out. So, but still, there's going to be battle tactics in there, and they're fantastic for not dying and doing battle tactics and nicking objectives off people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great, they're absolutely great. And then when it comes to my Stormcast, what I'm starting to notice is that I've just got my units that I liked or what I've painted, but some of the keywords aren't lining up, and I really should like lean into. Warrior chamber, ruination chamber. Ideally one of those 2 because I don't really have enough of like extremis or vanguard chamber. So really I think I need to get back into the starter set, maybe get some more of those painted up, or lean into more the warrior side of things. I don't know, I'll have a little think when it comes to my Stormcast, but more important that is what we've got coming for the undead, yeah?
Yeah.
So we're both working on new models. So I've got, you see him? I'm working on Lord Vordry on his zombie dragon. So it's a work in progress. He's got a big purple dragon. And then Jack, you're working on...
I've got Ushering, just to prove that I am actually doing it. He's about halfway done. But I'm quite happy with how it's coming out.
Yeah, he's looking fantastic so far. Jack's going to stop back a little bit after this video, and we're going to do some highlighting on his cloak. I'll show him how to make it pop, make it look, give him an extra pimp cloak for him. So yeah, not quite sure. Next to it, the idea being that because of all the battles going on all in this same area, that's drawn the attention of Nagash and what forces the undead, and that's going to bring Vordry and his Crimson Keep to the island of Mournhold to get stuck in. And obviously with all the stuff going on with the Flesh Eater Courts, Usheran himself's going to arrive, but they might end up clashing.
Maybe
you might end up seeing Usheran versus Vordry, which would be a pretty sick battle, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
2 massive Lords of the Undead fighting. So watch this space, we've got some cool stuff coming for Age of Sigmar and the Undead. Catch you next one.